All right, shalom everybody. This is Shabbat Trucker. I wanted to do a quick video with regards to a situation that happened to me yesterday. And you want to drivers, you want to make sure that you know the law. Read that not blue book, the green book, the motor carriers book. It's supposedly to be trained or informed by your employer to let you know what are the regulations that the state police can issue a citation for. Everything in the book. That's kind of like the trucker's Bible. So if you don't have one, get one, or you can download it online. I actually have a copy on my Android phone, so you can actually download the app. But anyway, long story short, I went to the truck stop. I believe this state trooper was profiling me. I pulled into the truck stop, local truck stop. Wasn't a big major, it was a local truck stop, to get a cup of coffee. I was only in there about maybe 5-10 minutes, max maybe 15, just to get a cup of coffee. And so when I went to leave out of the truck stop and to enter back into the highway from the entrance ramp, before I could turn the corner, there was a state trooper, and he was flagging me over. So I'm like, well, why is he flagging me over? What did I do? I just got on the road. So he didn't announce why he was stopping me. He didn't say this is a routine check, nothing. He just came to the truck with an attitude. And first he said, "Why'd you stop right there?" And I was like, "Well, you told me to pull over. What am I supposed to do? Keep going?" You said pull over, so you're the man of authority, so I pull over. So he started asking me about my logs, if I had electronic logs, and I said yes. So now he was like, "Well, where's your electronic logs direct instruction booklet? You're supposed to have an instruction booklet on the truck." Now, I hadn't read that green book in a while because, I mean, most people don't read that book. I mean, when you first get your license, you read the book because, you know, it's a requirement for you to know rules and regulations, right? I do recommend to continue to update yourself reading. I will do that from now on, not going forward. But anyway, he had started having an attitude, and I said, "Well, I told him, I said, I don't know if there is a manual for this particular electronic log that we were using." I told him that the name of it was a service provided by Verizon Wireless that my company uses. And so he had a real attitude, like, "Well, you're not gonna look for it?" And I said, "What?" I told him, I said, "Well, I'm pretty sure it's probably not in here because I looked. I didn't see." I said, "I looked at my personal bag because I usually have my empty logbook, which I will keep from now on with me. And for some strange reason, I didn't have it. I don't know how I ended up taking it out, but I didn't have it in my personal bag that I usually carry on." So he asked me for my registration and all the other routine things that they do. I gave him all my information. Then he told me he's going to run my tags and everything. And then he asked me, he said, "Do you have a blank logbook as a backup?" And I told him, I said, I don't have one. I said, "I do have one." I said, "But today I just don't have it." I said, "My bag that I usually carry," I said, I don't have that bag today, so I don't have it." So he goes back to his truck, and then he goes back to his vehicle, and then he starts checking the information out. Then he comes back to the truck, and then he says, he gave me a ticket, a citation, and gave the company I drive for, gave them a warning, right? So he said, He gave me all the instructions about what to do, how to pay, etc., etc. Emphasis on pay, because that's how they get people. They want you to pay and not read. So what I did was, I actually read. I went and got, because I got on the phone and I called my my state where I'm from, and I asked the motor vehicles for my state, where does it say that I'm supposed to have those things in the truck? So he gave me the rule. So I go to the rule and I read the rule, and the rule says that in 395.22, this is what he gave me, 395.22H, it says that the carrier, not the driver, the carrier is supposed to supply the driver, his driver, I think it says his driver, with all those things in the truck. The instruction booklet. I'm supposed to actually be trained on how to operate that, which I never received. And of course, it's a family company, so a lot of times family companies, they don't really get deep into stuff like that. I mean, you have a DOT, you're supposed to know all the protocols. But anyway, so he gives them a warning and gives me a ticket and tells me about paying, and I said I'm going to contest it, because instantly in my mind, a red flag went up, because I'm like, well, why are you giving them a warning on the same violation and giving me a ticket? So I'm a fighter on the principle of that, right? But when I went to read the rule, I was like, whoa, hold up. He profiled me. Because if you look at me, I don't look white. Okay, I have white family members, and there's white in my family, guarantee you that much. Matter of fact, but that's neither here nor there. But I'm like, why did he target me to give me, the little innocent driver who's driving a company truck, a $142 ticket, but the company I drive for got a warning? So when I read the rule, 395.22H, the rule says that the carrier, right? And you can go to the website and look it up. I went to the website. Okay, what's the definition of carrier? Okay, I'm not a carrier. I'm a driver. So I'm going to fight this ticket. And then on the bottom of the ticket, they don't want you to fight it, because they want you to pay all this money up in advance. They want you to be inconvenienced. Right? It's a 5-hour drive from my house to go, but I'm going to go ahead and drive 5 hours of my personal time in my personal vehicle just to make a point, because that police officer profile against me, and I'm not going to stand for it. Right? I will lose money. Right? Somebody might say, oh, bro, you losing money. You know what? To me, it ain't about the money. It's about the principle. Why would you cite me a ticket for something that the rule? And then he had nerve to say that it is a federal regulation that the driver, and on the ticket, it says the driver failed to provide. But on the rule, it doesn't say the driver failed. On the rule, it says the carrier, right? So you got to fight for your rights. So I know if this doesn't get thrown out, I'm going to contest it again, because the rule, you can't fine me for something. If your rules and regulations says one thing, I'm a law-abiding citizen. I'm not one who's trying to duck and jerk around the law, right? I try to follow law like most people. Most drivers innocently may do something in violation, may drive over the speed limit because for some strange reason or other, that shipper got us behind schedule. Now we trying to get to where we got to go. So subconsciously, we are maybe driving over the speed limit to try to make up for the lost time, right? So we are in a losing situation, because the system doesn't penalize the person up top. They penalize the person at the bottom, even in the government system. But that's another lesson. So I just want to share that experience. Cover yourself. Right now, it's not my responsibility to have that manual, the paper log backup, but I'm going to make sure I have one, okay? So next time this happens, I'll have. I guarantee you, though, he would have found another reason to give me a ticket. If I had a blank logbook, he would have found another reason to give me a ticket, because that's just what he had in his heart. Because after he gave me the ticket, that police officer he pulled off and left. He wasn't doing the routine checks, because if he was, he would have stayed there. This was early in the morning. This was about 9:30 in the morning, right? That's prime time, prime meat, right? Okay, and truck stop too. He would have stayed there and tried to get other drivers if that was what his intent was. But this guy saw me. I know he might have been behind me, but he saw me go into the truck stop. He had to have seen me go into the truck stop because he was right there when I came out. He knew that I was stopped. I was passing by. I wasn't laying over. I was passing by. Okay, that's my thought. Okay, yes, I believe he profiled me. You tell me what you think. All right. Shalom, shalom.